Hello everyone, thank you very much for the positive feedback I've been receiving on the channel lately. The more likes and the more shares I get on these videos, the closer I get to being able to do other things like post every day, do personal one-on-one sessions with you guys, do group sessions with you guys, do books and seminars and courses and all that other fun stuff that's coming up in the future here pretty soon. So thank you very much again. I went into the records and I asked what should I relay to those old souls that are looking to understand their experience more. And the message that I received is prepare for the next walk-in. And many of you already know what a walk-in is, but I just want to let you know that you've already experienced a walk-in, and that's what your awakening was. And that's why so many of us can pinpoint the exact moment that something shifted. We suddenly gained a higher perspective, started to question things, started to question the programming and the illusion, and this is what's known as the Inquisition phase. This is where you have a thirst for knowledge that can't get quenched, and you are basically cramming for years and years and years in a lot of cases, and you are only interested in seeking out that ancient knowledge and that wisdom that comes from the ethers and those of our brothers and sisters that are off planet and have made themselves very generously available for us to study and learn the universe and the processes within it at a deeper level. And during this process, your team leaves you breadcrumbs here and there, and they are basically getting the snowball rolling for you so that you can eventually have the next walk-in, which is the fifth dimensional walk-in, which is the fifth dimensional vibrating version of yourself that steps into this vessel and detaches all 3D constructs from the reality that you exist in. And in the meantime, they have been working on your DNA, and you hear that a lot, DNA activations, DNA upgrades. Well, what does that actually mean? It means little by little, they are integrating a crystalline DNA, and they are doing so to clear space energetically so that you can receive this walk-in, the fifth dimensional walk-in. And the exciting thing about these times are that the integration of the crystalline structure part of this is being finished up, and the final process of being able to accept that walk-in has been initiated, and that's where we're at right now. And many of you have noticed a lot of fatigue lately. Many of you have noticed a lot of dizziness and sort of the sensation of feeling muscular weak, and usually this is followed by intense downloads, and you can tell that there's something going on. If you pay really close attention, you'll notice the hair swirly on your head starts to pulsate and vibrate. That's because there's a lot of nerve endings right there, and that's where you receive a lot of these cosmic energies and these cosmic downloads that are coming in at a greater pace right now. So you're starting to notice those little things physically happening, which is exciting and something to be proud of, because it takes a very keen, trained master to be able to do that stuff, and someone who's very dedicated to this work to notice those little things under the surface that are in reality making a big impact in the long run. So what can you do to assist this process? What can you do to accelerate this process? And there are a few things, and a few very important things. So the thing about old souls is that we thrive at night. And we do that because we are heavily telepathic and empathic. So we tend to enjoy our nights when the collective has settled down and gone to sleep. It allows us to open up and feel like ourselves. But at the same time, when that collective calms down, especially in whatever general area you're in, that's when your team likes to work on you because they have easier access and there's less interference. And right now, their workload has increased. So you can help them by sort of paying attention to your sleep habits. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. Make sure you are getting sleep at the appropriate time. Make sure you're in an environment where your sleep's not getting interrupted, and you can have long stretches of sleep that are unbothered by any outside influences, which is difficult for me because I have a 9-month-old. But this is something I have struggled with a lot too, because I do enjoy my nights. I do enjoy everybody else going to sleep, and then I can kind of just do my thing. But it's worth it to make a little tweak to your habits and your routine in order to help them do the work that they need to do, that they've been assigned to do for you. And if you do get your sleep, you are going to notice a lot less symptoms the next day. So, muscle soreness, fatigue, upset stomachs, dizziness, all of these ascension symptoms that we've been dealing with for a while. Many of you have noticed that they have increased lately. And it's very important right now to know that if you can handle these symptoms gracefully, you are going to allow them to open the floodgates instead of, let's say you have a bad day and you are having a lot of fears, anger, doubts, trauma coming to the surface, and you get caught up in it. Well, the process is just going to be a slow trickle for you. And all of us are going to have those days. None of us can be perfect. But the key is, how fast can we bounce back from that? How fast can we recognize that we are in a bad place vibrationally and break free from that and move back up to the 5D state of consciousness, which has up to this point sort of been a test run for most of us. And most of what we've been going through lately, at least in 2020 and up till now, has been sort of the proving ground stage where we put ourselves to the test. We prove that we've developed some discipline and some self-control and are not going to be easily persuaded into diving back into those old habits. So be mindful of everything you're doing, everything you're consuming, everything that you are projecting and broadcasting, and be aware that there are those who have been assigned to work on you, work for you, that are doing work, and there are things that you can do to assist them. And they just want what's best for you, and they want this to go as quickly as possible, as do you. So keep that in mind as we go forward, and thank you very much, you guys. Goodbye.